Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming again, let's talk about something that I have been thinking about, something that's been going through my mind, and something that I actually have been feeling deeply. As you can see from the title, we're talking about what happens when you give it all to God. What happens? What door opens up and what door closes up when you give it to God? How many people have disappointed you? How many people have you gone up to and you're like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I am planning to do. This is what I am hoping to do. And then when you are supposed to do that thing, you come back to them and then they just shush you off or just pretend as if you never had that discussion with them. Now the Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your hearts, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Let's bring this into the closest thing I can relate it to is like marriage, where in a marriage you have to open up to your partner the things that you are doing, the things you want to do, or the projects that you embark on, so that they can be aware of the consequences, if there are consequences, or the goodies that are going to come out of it, or the obstacles that you probably face, or how it is going to affect them, whether it's being transferred from a place to a different place, at your workplace or something like that. Now, talking about God asking us to entrust all our ways into his hands, you find out that many times we experience difficulties. We experience, things that we did not plan for, things that we did not know could come along the journey that we have embarked on, or that we were planning to embark on, because we cannot see the future. We cannot see, and that is why it's very important, because there is only one person who can see the future, and that person is God. So when I made the video sometime, and it was basically for women, how they should entrust their relationship into God's hands, or entrust the man that they want to be with into God's hands. Because when you entrust the man into God's hands, what happens is God takes care of it. God takes care of him. God takes the responsibility of him not doing his responsibilities. Like a lot of things, it's a magical thing actually. There are so many things that God is going to teach him. This is the truth. When you embark on a journey with God as the foundation, you're not going to have to struggle so much. And that is what I just wanted us to talk about. How many journey have you embarked on? Whether it's a career journey, whether it's a relationship journey, whatever kind of journey it is. And I am not saying that if your journey is not going so well, so many people are not going to understand the fact that you hand your journey over to God, whatever kind of journey it is. Because there are so many people who are, they are not God-minded. They are not the kind of people that are going to say, oh God, I'm looking to settle down. Can you direct me towards the right path, the person that is great for me, the person that is going, make a great marriage with me, or God, can you direct me? I'm really confused, and these are the courses that are in my mind. This is what I want to study. This is what I want to study. Can you direct me? There are people who don't see it as a thing, as something that is necessary, or something that is an intelligent thing to do. You know what I mean? So I am talking to people who deem it fate, people who are already in that line, or people who are a little bit confused, or people who have forgotten about that fact, or people who are in a journey that is tattered, that is scattered. You have dots here and there, and they are just not connecting. It could be dots in your career, it could be dots in your relationship, it could be dots in your family, it could be dots in your work life, it could be dots in your marriage, it could be dots in just anything in your life, basically anything where you live. So many things that may not make sense to other people but make a lot of sense to you. So these dots might not be connecting at the moment, and by the time that you embarked on that journey, you were almost sure of where you were heading to. You were almost sure of where that dot was going to connect to, where it was going to be like, oh yeah, I've reached my destination. But somehow, suddenly, it's been years, it's been months, and the dots have not connected. If you entrusted it into God's hands, if you are the person who knelt down and prayed and said, God, I'm going into this relationship, or God, I'm embarking on this journey, I'm traveling outside to study this course, or God, I'm getting into the university, you've written your JAMB examination or your SAT examination, and you embarked on college education or whatever kind of education, and there is no money to continue your education. It's really being difficult on you. It's taking a toll on you. So many things about that education, your friends and family, a lot of things disturbing you, maybe losing a loved one that you never thought, maybe having to find out you have a disease that you never imagined in your lifetime that you'll be diagnosed of that disease, or anybody around you at all. I just want you to know that if you entrusted it into God's hands, just know that He will direct your path. Because God is not somebody who forgets covenants. Man can forget covenants. You might meet someone today. I'm always talking about relationship because that is the closest thing to our relationship with God. When you meet someone, they're going to make you a lot of promises. Oh, I'm going to take care of you. I'm never going to make you cry. I'm going to be this and that. In the long run, a lot of things change. We all know this. In the long run, a lot of things change. Except for people who are 100% intentional and voluntary. There is something called intentional. When you're doing something, you are intentional about it, you are deliberate about it, and you put effort into it, and the effort that you put into it shows how deliberate you are into it. See, God is someone who is intentional. He doesn't forget His covenant. He doesn't forget His timing. He doesn't forget the promises that He has made us. So if you are there and there was a certain prayer, or there is a certain prayer you made years back, but somehow the dots are not connecting, don't you give up. Don't you give up. You wait on Him, because He has not forgotten. He has not forgotten. God does not forget. God is all-knowing. When He makes His promises, He doesn't need to write them down, because He is remembrance Himself. He says that last Sunday I was in church, and there was a man who gave Thanksgiving with his family. He brought a very big bag of rice, and he gave it as a sacrifice offering to the Lord. And when he was asked, why are you thanksgiving to the Lord, he started to list a number of things, but he started by saying that he was just thinking the other day, and he remembered all of the things that he had passed through in his life, and all of the things that he is supposed to give thanks to the Lord for. But I just want to let you know that God does not need to think about all of the things that He has promised us. We are the ones who are going to think about it and say, so time, God did this thing for me. I didn't know how I was going to cross this Red Sea, but God was there and He parted the way for me and I crossed the Red Sea. So, what I want you to do is keep trusting in Him. He does not forget. Keep entrusting your journey in Him. Don't think that because your lines have not joined together, they've not met the perfect situation, that God has forgotten. Keep entrusting your journey in Him. Whatever journey that you plan to embark on, don't let God out on it. When you let human beings, many of us let human beings in on our plans. You go tell people, oh, I have this plan, I have this business, check this guy out for me, check this girl out for me, I want to be in a relationship with them, what do you think of them? And we forget that there is somebody who can see in the secret, in the open, the person himself who created us, the person who can see our 10 years ahead, and who has seen you 10 years ahead, and who knows that next year that dot is going to connect. Or that you are sleeping this night and you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to receive a surprise call, or something different is going to happen in your life, and that thing is going to bring you so much joy, and it's going to connect a lot of the dots that you have been thinking, why hasn't it connected? Well, I hope you are magically blessed by this words that I have shared with you, and I pray that the good Lord will direct your paths. Every prayer that you have ever knelt down someday in the past, because personally I can remember prayers that I have made. I remember when I was in SS3, we had this pastor, because I was in a boarding school. We had this pastor who was pastoring our parish. We were divided into groups, and those groups were called parishes. And so we had different pastors who would pastor us on the days of service. So this particular pastor who used to pastor us, he said, I started praying for my wife in primary 6. That is in high school, and it is to be a thing of laughter for us. And he used to tell us, you don't joke about it, you start now to pray for your spouse. Well, I can't say I agree about that or not, but just thinking about it, I know the kind of prayers that I have prayed when I was 15, when I was 16, when I was 17 and 18. And you're going into your late 20s, and it's like, don't you worry. Look, you're not alone. You're not alone. Don't look at people and think, oh, they have it all figured out. That's why I like this girl who sang this song, Like You, Tatiana. It's okay to ask for help. Life is a struggle. Like she sang, she's like, I can remember some of the wordings and they make a lot of sense. That song is like, a revelation or something. When someone is speaking from their heart, it's like, life is a struggle, everyone is struggling, you have to struggle, and it's okay to ask for help. Don't you think that you were alone? She even said somewhere that you bet yourself you didn't know you would come this far, but here you are, baby. You work of art. So don't you think that it's never going to get figured out, because it will get figured out, especially if you trust it in God. So trust in the Lord with all your heart, know your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. And don't you forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.